Hello everyone and welcome back. So today's mani tutorial is on this lovely leather and lace mani for Valentine's Day. So this is actually pretty simple and there's not a whole lot of different things needed for this. In fact, you can, if you got the Halloween box from Maniology 2 years ago for the countdown calendar and have these tips, or I'd purchased these tips later from somebody else who didn't want them, these will work great for this as well and would be a nice shortcut. If not, I will be showing you with the base color that I used how to do this. So that is a good shortcut for you guys if you have those. These are, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. These are ones I've wanted to do for a while, ever since I got these molds, but I've been holding off until Valentine's Day. So I have this mold that I got from Amazon. That it's kind of hard to see it. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you guys and see how it's got leather straps with buckles and studs and things like that. And this also has lace up like a corset in there as well. So I used that to create these little leather studded pieces that are on the thumb, the middle, and the pinky. And I used Maniology's M443 for the lace effect. So the base color is from Uber Chic. It is called Forbidden. And this is a magnetic polish, so you will need a magnet or a magnet wand of a decent strength. You're going to want a pair of fine tweezers and a detail brush. Of course, a cleanup brush, acetone, cotton ball, your typical stamping supplies. I used Blackjack from Queen, though any black stamping polish will do. I used black from Beetles. I used Beetles Top Coat No Wipe. I used McCart's Nail Art Foil Glue. And I used RAR JSM's Metallic Liner Gel in silver. Okay, so we're going to start by making our charms. You will also need a LED lamp. LED UV lamp. Well, let's go ahead and make our charms. So we're going to take the black gel polish from Beetles and our detail brush. And we are going to use this right here. Let's see this in. We're going to use this one right here, this one, and this one. So we're going to go ahead and do, let's see if I can get this to show nicely, a thin layer within the mold. Do not want to do it too thick or it will not cure properly. Make sure that you fill in all of the details. You will be doing this in layers, guys, so that way everything will cure properly. going to go ahead and cure this one for 60 seconds. Now, you don't need to have a mini lamp to do this. This is just to make it easier on myself. Just your regular lamp that you would use to cure your polish on your nails will do just fine. So I'm going to go back in again and fill it in until it is opaque. Do my second layer. You don't want it too thick, but you want to make sure that you are doing your second layer to make it opaque for the actual leather effect. In this stage, everything will be black, including the studs and buckles and things, but we will go back in with the silver gel over top and get our nice metal effect afterwards. So I'm going to carefully apply my second layer. To make this nice leather band. I'm going to go ahead and cure it for 60 seconds, just like I did before. Sorry guys, I am currently recovering from a cold. My youngest, I believe, is the one that brought home this particular form of plague for me. And I am at the tail end of it. And I've managed to keep from developing a severe respiratory infection, though I did have minor asthmatic bronchitis throughout the weekend. Definitely was not a fun experience. It had actually been a while since I'd experienced bronchitis like that in a while. Not fun. Okay, so I'm going to go in on the heart with heart stud with leather or heart ring, however you want to put it, and do the first layer on it. Just want to go around the inside of the mold with a thin layer. Okay, once your thin layer is applied, cure for 60 seconds, and then go back in with your second layer. Okay. And that is done. Then we're going to go in with our second layer. We don't want it to be too thick. Be careful with it. Okay. Go in with 60 seconds. Whoa. Apparently dropping the lamp. I'm surprised I don't have a cat bothering me right now. They have been clinging to me all weekend and they are actually leaving me alone. That's kind of shocking all in its own. They don't normally leave me alone and they've been that clingy. I guess they decided to go nap somewhere. Okay, so now we'll move on to the final one, which is this lovely tri-strapped leather contraption here. Alright, so I'm going to go in, do a thin layer. Around. As I apply the gel, it becomes easier and easier for you guys to see it. Go ahead and stick some on each side here. So at least it'll be a little easier to see. Make sure there's no air bubbles, guys, because that will affect the outcome of your charm. You don't want your studded leather charm to have holes, and if you have air bubbles in it, it will give it holes. So we may have a delay in starting lives and all of that. Unfortunately, we don't know what's going on with my vehicle at the time being, but I was in a car accident last week and We don't know what's going on with the vehicle, and we're still trying to figure out if they total it, how we're going to replace it and everything else. So right now our priorities are there and not with having editing software and many other different things, and as well as starting lives and things like that, because we still have to figure out the logistics on that. And we just got through the holiday season and the birthdays and all of that with the kids, so we were supposed to start all that now, but given the car accident, I don't know when we're going to be able to start it. It was just me, nobody else was with me in the car. So I don't, I'm okay. I just don't know if I'm going to have a vehicle at the end of all this, because it's not going to be worth much. So it's an older vehicle with almost 200,000 miles on it, and it's not worth a whole lot. So I don't know how I'm going to manage all that right now, and that's kind of the priority. I need to have a decent vehicle for my family, and that's top priority at the moment. So when I've got everything sorted out, then I can look into doing a live and getting it started and getting everything started for editing and having things like the moment where I'm curing, having that, speed up the process and have that edited out. So hopefully it won't take too long for all this to go on, but currently I don't know what's going on with all that, so I can't plan that stuff yet until I know what's going on with everything else. And I am sorry if you guys can hear my stomach. It is deciding to make all sorts of noise. Yeah. I'm going to get the second coat. So we have opaque leather straps. Okay. Clean my brush up. And go ahead and cure this. While that is curing, I'm going to gently pop these out of the molds. Okay. It is almost done curing. Okay. So I'm going to pop this one out of the mold. There we go. Alright, I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to clean the excess gel particles out of my mold. Now I'm going to go ahead and make our silver parts of this. So how I'm going to do that, so I'm going to grab a hold of it with the tweezers like so, so it doesn't come in contact with my skin if I accidentally go over, and here I am accidentally getting some on while opening the bottle. Right, so I'm going to grab my isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel and I'm going to clean my hand real quick, since I accidentally got some on my hand opening the bottle. I do not develop an allergy, so for one, I have enough allergies. Alright, so this has a liner brush on it already, so that will make it easier to do all this. I won't need a detail brush for it. And let's zoom in on the charm here and show you how I do this. So we're going to gently brush on the silver, on the parts that's supposed to be metal. The leather wrapped around parts we want to leave alone. We're just going to carefully brush on the silver. And then we want to cure for 60 seconds. So I'm going to set this down inside of my larger lamp. Did I accidentally bump? Okay, it did remove some. There we go. This is the challenging part. I have an easier time just holding it under the other lamp. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to grab this one, the tweezers as well. I'm going to hold it like so, allowing access to the little studs. And the buckle. I'm going to very carefully apply the silver to the studs and the buckle. I'm going to use my detail brush if I go over with a little bit of acetone, very carefully cleaning off the part that was not wanted. Okay. Oops, too far on the stud. So we want to clean that off. If you have trouble cleaning it off, you can always go back over with black gel after you've cured around it to correct the issue. It's not too big of a deal. So there we have the heart leather charm with our metal loop. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to take the black gel polish and I'm going to fix the spots where I accidentally went over in silver. Come on, brush. Be cooperative. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to take the black over the silver. On the leather. You may have to do 2 coats. Make sure you cure for 60 seconds. Okay. We'll come back. Gosh dang it. Come back. Oh yeah, that's a mess. All right. Okay. Set that in the lamp for 60 seconds and we'll start working on the other one. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go in on this one now. Make sure I have a good hold on it. Alright. Go in on, mind you, you want to go thinly. You do not want to be thick with this or it will not cure properly. The rivets and the ring. There we go. So as you can see, the rivets and the ring. Go. Let's set that in for 60 seconds. There we go. So this looks more like what it should. So you see we've got our silver rivets / studs, and then we have our buckle, and then the leather strap is black, like it is supposed to be. And same for this right here. Alright. Let's set these off to the side for later use. Remove my ring so I don't scratch up my lamp when I go to put my thumb in the lamp. Alright, so now we're going to place our first coat of Forbidden. Hi, Peaches. That's my sweet old boy. You having fun wandering around me in a circle like a shark? Alright, so now we're going to take the pigments and make them less opaque with the magnet. And pop in the lamp for 60 seconds. So here's our leather straps with our metal ring and studs. And I'll set that aside with the rest of the charms. What, Peachy Peachy? It's my Peachy Peachy, my baby. I love you too, sweet boy. That's my sweet baby. Yes, I love you too. Making all sorts of rumbles noises at me. You happy boy? Yeah. You good boy. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our second coat, and in this case we're going to make the pigments more enhanced and more opaque. Going into the sides of the magnet, like so. Go in with 60 seconds in the lamp. Get my stamping polish prepped. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this image right here. This one, you're going to need more stamping polish than you think. I found that out the hard way. I didn't have enough and didn't fill in all of the image. Scrape, pick up. Then we're going to line it up in the center, the top, and press down like so. And then I'm going to go in with my brush and I'm going to tap down any part that's sticking up. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean the plate. Okay. Now I'm going to take my foil glue, my gel foil glue from the cart, and put a very thin layer on. And I do mean thin. If you go too thick with this, you'll get this weird, warped, sticky mess on. It'll be cured through, but it'll act kind of like a peel-off base coat, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's just a mess. It doesn't look right, and it warps your shape of your nail and everything. So you do not want to put on too thick. You want it a nice thin layer, and then cure for 60 seconds. This is what's going to help you adhere your charm to your nail. What, my peach boy? I love you too, Peaches. Oh my goodness, my sweet boy. So with the foil glue gel, you need to make sure that you cure it for 60 seconds, otherwise it will not be cured properly. That is not a negotiable one. So for the thumb, we are going to take the leather strap that has the studs and the buckle. This one right here. This is the charm we're going to use. Let's see if I need to focus. Of course not. Focus. So this is the one we're going to use. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it across the side of the nail on the bottom corner, like so. And we're going to press it down into the foil gel. Try not to touch the gel itself, the nail, the gel in the nail. I am using the very edge of my finger to press directly into the charm. And then we're going to go in with our top coat. So now I'm going to take the excess top coat off of my brush, and I'm going to scrape as much of the excess off of the charm as possible. We do not want to completely embed the charm in gel. We just want to top coat over it, but we don't want it to lose its shape. Like so. And then in the lamp for 30 seconds. Well, Mr. Peaches, you're purring awful hard there, baby. Yes, you are. I love you too. Look, we can cuddle here in a little while, okay? I know, sweet boy. All right. And the finished product. I was inspecting, so sorry it took so long for me to pull it out over here. I was just inspecting to make sure I didn't miss anything. So there is the thumb. So now we're going to go in with the rest of the fingers here. Let's go ahead and get our base color going. Put our first coat of Forbidden on the remaining nails. Being very careful not to get it on the skin. Cap the end. So I'm going to take the magnet wand and I'm going to make the magnetic pigments more translucent and less opaque. Make them more hidden. More down to the jelly base color and then cure for 60 seconds. No baby. See, this is more what I expected. I expected at least one of you fur balls to be needy. You guys usually are. Yes, my sweet boy. My sweet, sweet baby. Yes, my husband. And this poor old boy has had some really bad acne lately. But he's also missing a lot of teeth due to a condition called feline autooral lesions disease, and it's where he essentially has an autoimmune disease that attacks his gums and teeth. So for many years now, he's had quite a few teeth missing, and he will continue to lose more teeth over time. And so they get a lot of wet food because of it. But because of his lack of teeth, he tends to slobber on himself quite a bit. And now that he's getting older, all that extra slobbering on his chin has caused him to develop massive blackheads and acne spots on his mouth, which has not been fun. Cleaning all of that out and treating his acne has been not the most pleasant thing. I don't like doing it because I know it doesn't feel good, but of course after it's done and it's gotten some time to heal a little, I know he's feeling better, but the whole process it almost feels like torture to me. But I know that it's just something that has to be done for his own health. I do it as nicely as possible. Doesn't make it any less upsetting for me though, seeing him not happy about it. Though I know it's not really bothering him that bad, considering afterwards he immediately is rubbing and loving all over me. Okay, so now that we have our second coat applied, we're going to make the pigments more opaque and enhanced. I'm going to keep my other fingers away from this one while I'm doing so the magnet does not affect it. All right. Okay, I just accidentally hit one of my fingers, didn't I? Yes, I did. So I'll have to go back over that. Dang it. Accidentally bumped the finger. That's what I get. There we go. Once you've enhanced the pigments, like so, go ahead and pop it in lamp for 60 seconds. And then we will get in with the stamping. Is it bath time, Peaches? Is it, my sweet boy? It's hard to believe you're going to be 15 this fall. Yes, you are. You're going to be 15 this fall. It's hard to believe. Okay. So for the index and the ring finger, we're going to use this image. And for the middle and the pinky, we're going to use this image. So I'm going to start with this one. And we're going to take the floral parts right here, put it at the top, like so. Take my brush, my cleanup brush, and while dry, not wet, tap down any sticking up images that did not stick down. I'm going to pick this image up again for the ring finger. I'm going to have to take the tacky layer off of that because I accidentally dunked the cotton ball in it. Dang it! I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Alright, use my super glue alcohol. So I cottoned myself. And I don't want a fuzzy nail. Oh. So yeah. There. Move the fuzz. Alright, pick up the image again for the ring finger. Oh, come on. Phil, it's not going to. Fine. There we go. Pick up. Alright, do the same thing that you did to the index, to the ring finger. Peach's hair. Okay. So now we're going to pick up this image right here. For the middle and the pinky. Alright, so now I'll line it up in the center and place down. Pick up again for the pinky. This one's a little trickier. We're going to take the center of the image and we're going to center it in the middle of the nail instead of centering the top with the top of the nail like we've been doing the whole time. There's all of the stamping that will be done. This plate cleaned up. Go off to the side. Longer. Now we're going to top coat the ring and the index, and we're going to put the foil glue on the middle and the pinky. Go on. No more hairs, please. Okay, I'm going to start with the foil glue. I'm going to carefully apply a thin layer onto the nail. Make sure it's nice and thin. Is the reason I'm going over it so many times is I want to make sure that I get any of the excess gel off and have it as thin as possible. And I'm wiping my brush as clean as possible off on the neck of the bottle. Over again to make sure that this is thin. These nails are not as big as a thumb, so it's easier to get it too thick. Okay, so now for the index and the ring, I'm going to top coat with my no wipe top coat. Before placing in the lamp. The same to the ring finger. What are you playing with, Leia? Alright, put in the lamp for 60 seconds. Leia, what do you got, baby girl? Leia, what are you playing with? Hmm? Oh, you found a rock. Did some of the gravel in the driveway make its way in the house again? What, sweet girl? Oh, Miss Leia. Little Miss Leia. I can't believe you're about to be 9. My sweet little girl's about to be 9. What, Lelia? What, princess? What, my sweet girl? I'm gonna rub my desk now. I love you too. You're such a sweet pie. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with the remainder of our charms. So for the middle finger, we're going to take the heart charm at the bottom of the nail and press down. Into the foil gel to hold it in place. I want it at the bottom of the nail. Try to center the heart. Have leather straps off to the side. And we're going to take this lovely ordeal here. This lovely strapped contraption. And we're going to place the Y effect up at the top with the rest going downwards to the bottom. In the center. You will probably need to trim excess off on this one. I know that I do. Trim the excess off. If your nails are longer, then you wouldn't need to, but mine are not long enough. Do not need to trim that. Okay, once you have it pressed in, that's when you can top coat. Sorry about that, guys. Did not mean to hit the stand. Sure that is stuck on good enough before you go into top coat. Otherwise you might have problems later. Alright, so now remove the fuzz that decided to attach itself to the nail. There we go. Come back, tweezers, we're gonna need you. I don't want all this fuzz on my nail. In with our top coat. To seal in our charm and our design, our stamp. You don't want to go too thick, you just want to seal in the edges. You do not want to fill it in completely. That one's deciding to raise up instead of staying down. Should be able to fix that though. Cure for 30 seconds. What, Peachy? I love you too, Peach Peach. That's my good boy. He's my good boy. Okay. Just stay. Dead. Good. I was a little concerned about that one for a second. All right. So now we can go in and clean up around the cuticles. Let's see how much of this I can get with tape and then the rest with lint-free wipe and isopropyl alcohol. This lace image that was over the skin, which you can use a cuticle barrier or latex, liquid latex, if you don't want to have to go through extra on your cleanup around the cuticles after stamping. You can just do a preventative measure altogether and just put a barrier. Go ahead and take a lint-free wipe with some isopropyl alcohol. To help remove the excess stamping polish around the cuticles. Now you're going to stick to that. Cool. The joys. Alright. And there we have it, guys. Oh, looks like I still got a little bit on around the edges here, but it will come off on its own. There we go. So there we have it, guys. That is how I created this lovely leather and lace mani. And I forgot my thumb. But you guys see how I did this. And it's not that complicated. It just takes a little bit of patience and time more than anything else. I don't know if you can buy pre-made charms like the ones I've got here. That is something that I've considered doing, is making and selling charms. I still haven't figured out the logistics because I'm not even sure what to charge for them. So, but yes, that's how I made this lovely leather and lace mani for Valentine's Day. And I hope you guys enjoyed this mani and this tutorial. Like I said, I will hopefully be able to start doing lives and all of that before too long, but until I know the situation with my vehicle, I can't really make any promises at this current time. So with that being said, I will keep you guys posted on when I'm able to, and if it looks like it's going to be anytime soon and things like that. So I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be, wherever you're at while you're watching this video. And until next time, guys, thank you all for watching. Bye.